A designer friend of mine once said to me, couture is a weapon, and that stuck with me. And I like the idea of a woman being able to use her skills at designing extraordinary clothes that can transform the people that are wearing them, and to use that as a weapon against those people. Tilly is a beautiful, accomplished, highly creative haute couture designer who's been living in Paris all through the 30s and 40s. And now it's the 1950s, and she has had some pretty tragic events happen to her, and she decides to go home. So home to her is this dusty little nasty town in the middle of nowhere in the Australian countryside, and that's how she ends up coming home, and she's totally an outcast. She was an outcast when she left, and she's even more so now because everybody there is pretty downtrodden, pretty mean-spirited, and completely unfashionable. I couldn't get the idea of Kate Winslet playing Tilly out of my head, so I'm like, let's just keep waiting. Let's wait. Let's see. And finally, one day I received the most beautiful, effusive email from Kate saying, I just love this character. I know how to play her. I know her. Yes, I'm doing it. And of course, I was thrilled. I have loved Kate as an actress ever since I saw her in Heavenly Creatures, and I've always wanted to work with her. And when this role came along and I was writing it, I thought, well, there's pretty much only a handful of women that could play this, and Kate was the top of my list. And it's her strength, it's her beauty, it's her sensuality, and also the fact that she can become such a complex character when she chooses to. It's a very complex character, Tilly. It was important to me that we used as inspiration the work of famous European designers in that period, the 1950s, and be true to them in what Tilly creates for the local ladies, but at the same time add a little twist of forward thinking. At the same time, Tilly's clothes had to be very elegant and chic, but not too flashy, because designers tend to make the flashier stuff for their clients and dress in a more chic and understated way themselves. So it was a challenge to have Tilly dress in one way and her clients be dressed in another, but it's all fabulous. Fashion during this period in the 1950s was very exciting for the world because there'd been an atmosphere of restraint and holding back, and everybody had to be very austere during the war years. And then Christian Dior came along and changed everything. And then Balenciaga was also helping. They changed the silhouette. They used a ridiculous amount of fabric to create what were really works of art, not just clothes. And so that was terribly exciting to everybody in the fashion industry and to the people who could afford to buy this. Judy is an amazing, brilliant actress, one of the world's best. And one of my favourite movies of hers was Husbands and Wives, and she was so funny in that. And I really thought she will nail Molly. She will be amazing. But she won't just be funny. She'll be really, really beautiful as this woman who's had to put up with so much pain in her life, but still have a great sense of humour. And she resists accepting that she is the mother of this woman for a very long time, and that brings a lot of pain to Tilly. So when they finally come together as mother and daughter, it's really beautiful. And I knew Judy would be able to do that. Liam has a fabulous laid-back quality. He's very much the sort of laconic charmer that Teddy had to be. He's got a very relaxed, masculine, very Australian quality that I wanted for Teddy. He's also incredibly good-looking, which helps. The beautiful thing about the love story in The Dressmaker is it's between two people that couldn't be more different. Tilly has lived in Europe. She's classy, she's worldly, and she meets this footballer who is the hero of the local town. He wins them the premiership, he's gorgeous, he's everybody's friend, and he instantly falls in love with her and starts to pursue her. And she spends a lot of time saying, no, I'm not here to fall in love, and no, you're not my type, and no, this is not going to work. But his charms eventually wear her down, and she does fall in love with him. So it's a gorgeous, very romantic, very sexy love affair. I knew Don quite well, and he got very excited when he read the script. One, because he grew up in a small town, so he felt he had a lot to say about that. He was a young man in the 50s, so he's been a huge source of information for us. But also, he's such an artist. He is a painter of light. There's no other way to say it.
Hey guys, now the trailer for my Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 is already out, but did you know that despite pulling in over 240 million, the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding never once topped the US box office chart? Now for this and more movie facts, click on more videos, but if you want something different, click on the playlist.